Bow, chicka wow wow. What's up, party people? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Elkivate Your Life. I am your hostess with the mostess. L is in the letter L, and key as in the key to your heart. I keep trying to perfect the heart, if you haven't noticed. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I don't know where my co-host went. Chanel was literally glued to me and suddenly ran off to the bedroom to do something. I don't know. So hopefully we get her back here because she's my co-host. Hello, I need her. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mindful Monday. Oh, here she comes. You could hear a little foot. Hi, babies. Come and join the show. Everybody is looking for you. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Up you go. Yes, you go. Say hi, everybody. Say hello to Chanel. Want to make sure everybody gets a good look at my fur baby. A little personal story I want to share is, let me scoot back so you guys can see her. We actually got some disturbing news about Chanel, who is 12 years old, by the way. Over the Memorial Day weekend, we took her in for some testing because she wasn't herself. And basically, to all you animal lovers and or owners, knowers, whatever, she had been eating grass, eating the pillow strings, chewing on the ivy. And I know that that has to do with, they have like an upset stomach or something. They will do that to make themselves throw up, or it's a vitamin deficiency, right? So they couldn't find anything wrong, so we had to run blood tests and other not so fun tests, and come to find out her blood levels are very low. She's anemic and she has to see a specialist, and we don't know if she has a mass, a tumor, an infection. We don't know what's going on. Her organs are fine, and her feces test came out fine, but they can't find the culprit of why her blood levels are so low. So yeah, sad to say that my little co-host here has a health issue that we're going to be addressing here in our near future. So wanted to let you guys know about that. Oh, she found something that she's interested in looking at outside. So let's get into it. It's not going to be too long of a video, but I want to share with you guys that not only is it Mindful Monday, but it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. The month of May is mental health awareness, just for people in general, and June is actually for Men's Mental Illness Awareness Month. So I wanted to bring your attention to some things. Thank you all to my loyal listeners for listening. Shout out to all my loyal listeners and fans. Namaste to Jeff Para, Persimmon Dental, for helping keep my teeth so healthy and semi-white. Not as white as I would like them to be. Certainly not in this light either, but I think I'm due for another whitening. Yeah. Anyway, on a more serious note, thank you to all my loyal listeners: Kara Kitchell, Jeff Para, Mike Kaufman, Travis Lemire, Dory, who am I forgetting? Roger Havens, Angie Germer, several others, Fallon students, Parker True, Iman, Adam, Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following. And Miss Samina. So I wanted to talk about mental awareness, especially for men. So I'll try to make a long story short, which most of you know I'm not very good at, is that, I work with special education kids. I have done so for 3 years now. You know what? My microphone is not blinking anymore, so I hope it's still working. So I've worked with special ed kids for 3 years now. And in addition to that, I am married to someone who has sorry, it's such a struggle for me to even say, because I feel like there's such a stigma attached to it. My husband suffers from bipolar disorder, in addition to some other mental illness things. And so I wanted to bring everyone's attention to it, because I feel like in the world that we live in, we are, back in the 50s, when people walked down the street, everybody said hello to everybody. You knew your neighbor, you knew the people around you. And now I just feel like we're in this world where we would rather look down than say hi to people that are approaching us. It's just such a different world we live in. But I wanted to tell you that, mental illness affects so many of us in the world, from a friend, a neighbor, a cousin, a relative, a spouse, a brother, sister, family member, whatever the case may be. And I just feel like it's so important, especially since it's Men's Mental Illness Awareness Month. And the reason I want to really bring our attention to that is, men already don't wear their heart on their sleeve, right? They don't talk about their feelings. They don't share their feelings. They're not comfortable talking about emotions or crying or showing, vulnerability, things like that. And so because of that, there's a lot of men out there who are struggling with this mental illness, whether it be depression or OCD tendencies or mania, anxiety. There's so many different things that they struggle with, and they don't feel comfortable talking to people about, because, men were raised, oh, son, suck it up, oh, it's okay that you fell down and hurt yourself, just dust yourself off and move on. And while I understand that teaching, I understand why they do that, because you want to toughen them up, because they are boys that are going to develop into men. But we also need to be more mindful in teaching them that it is okay to talk about your feelings, and to learn how to identify your emotions, and to be able to sit in your feelings, sit in the quiet, think about, what's bothering me? Why am I anxious? Why am I tired? Am I depressed? Why can't I sleep right now? I'll give you a perfect example. Whenever I'm out, my husband cannot comfortably go to sleep. And even if I say, I'm out with friends, I'm doing this, he's like, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? Are you, he's worried, he's anxious. And even though I've said, put in the earplugs, put on the meditation, take the, Vita gummies, melatonin gummies, whatever the case may be, still it's hard for him. And that's part of his, mental illness. They have all these thoughts and feelings and emotions, and they don't always know how to identify them or articulate them. So I think it's so important for us as fellow human beings to just be mindful and be aware, and to be more kind to our family, friend, neighbor. I will say that I do recognize that it is hard because when they're in their manic state or their depressive state, I actually have a family member that I'm not very close with anymore because untreated, unmedicated, and just can't manage their emotions. And it's really sad for me because I want to be in their life, but because they're in denial about their own condition, it's I have to pick and choose my battles, right? And so I offer to spend time with this individual, but I have to keep it short and sweet because I never know if I'm going to get Jekyll or Hyde. And it's unfortunate because it's a family member and I want to have a relationship. But because of this, because of the denial, it's hard for them and it's hard for me. So with that being said, I just want to bring attention to this touchy subject. Like I said, I bet all of you out there that are listening and watching have somebody that you know, a family member, a friend, a coworker, somebody that you know that struggles with this and, you know, may or may not be on medication to help them with that, and may be in therapy, may not be in therapy. And so just know that it's a struggle for them and that it's important for us to be warm and kind and compassionate and mindful because it's Mindful Monday. So I wanted to make sure that we talk about that, that we're aware of that. My full audio podcast, I go into more depth and detail just about the statistics of men, especially middle-aged to older men that struggle with mental illness, struggle with all kinds of things, suicide, you know, secluding themselves and just not socializing with others. And like I said, not all of them can even identify their emotions enough to be able to talk to somebody about them. So I just want to encourage you this month, be more mindful, be more intentional with your words and your actions with the people around you, especially with the men this month, because we very might well be around somebody that suffers this, and you might not know, they might not know. And I just think that if all of us can come together and be mindful, be kind, be intentional, that we might be saving someone's life and not even knowing that we are. Just providing that listening ear, that, you know, kind response or simple conversation could literally change their day. So that is my topic for today on this Mindful Monday, is Men's Mental Illness Awareness Month in the month of June. And we just left May where it was Mental Awareness Month. So I just want to encourage you, if you don't know about it, maybe educate yourself a little bit about it, because it is something that is prevalent in our world and in our life, and especially in times like these when we all need to come together. I think you might be able to make a difference in someone's life. And how cool would that be? Right, Chanel? Right? Right, my honeys? Poor baby. Not only does she need a checkup from the neck up, but she needs a haircut. Huh, honeys? Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, sponsor. It helps the algorithm. It helps me. I want to continue talking to you. I'm going to be having guests on my show. Hopefully this microphone lasted the whole recording. And I look forward to seeing you and talking to you more on Wisdom Wellness Wednesday. So remember, like, share, subscribe, and feel free to send in if you know somebody who struggles with mental illness. Please write in your thoughts, your feelings, your concerns, your questions. I would love to help you. Not only do I work with these kids at school, middle-aged school kids, but I'm married to somebody who didn't get diagnosed until 60. So the struggle is real, guys, and we need to be there and help support them. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now. Mwah.